Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to your September 2023 reading. Start the reading with transformation. So this month we're in Virgo season, and this Virgo season is more powerful than normal because we have Mercury retrograde there as well. Now that started on August the 24th, and Mercury will move direct on September 16, but we'll be in that post-retrograde phase for the rest of the month. So for the whole of September, we're engaging this Mercury retrograde energy. This is important because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo and also is in exaltation in Virgo. So it's in the most potent position. And for you, Cancer, it's in your third house. So Mercury rules your third house. So of all the zodiac, this is the most powerful Mercury retrograde you could ever have. So this is about your mind. It's about your mind space. And so with the Mercury retrograde, I have done a separate tarot card reading on this, okay? There's a video that I've done that goes into all the depths about what the Mercury retrograde is, how to utilize it, why it's important, how you can maximize on this energy. Okay, so go and watch that. I'll link it down below. But for the purpose of this reading, what we're doing is we're uplifting our thought habits. So Mercury rules your mind, it rules your communication, and it rules your focus. And therefore, it rules your beliefs, your action, which then influence your actions and your emotions and your state of being. So Mercury really rules your reality, how you create your reality, because your focus creates your reality. Wherever you focus, wherever your attention goes, your energy flows, the universe responds, you create reality, okay? So this is what we're talking about this month. We're talking about changing and shifting and uplifting your thought habits, particularly for the way you speak, the way you communicate. In the third house, we're looking at the narratives you tell, the stories you tell. So the stories you tell yourself, the things you tell yourself, about your life, about other people, the words in your head, the repetitive thoughts in your head. So these often and most of the time run on autopilot. They run in the background. They're programs that operate in the background that we're not even aware of. We're not even conscious that they're there, that they're happening, and yet they're so impactful on our lives. They create our entire lives, our entire existence is created through them, and we don't even know we're doing it. This is what can be changed this month. With Mercury in retrograde, you'll be able to see it more. You'll be able to see more of these patterns. They'll be more obvious to you, and you can make those changes. You can transform them. You can transform thoughts. You can transform beliefs. You can transform narratives, storylines, things you tell people, things you tell yourself, for the purpose of transforming your being, your state of being, and your whole life. It's very powerful. And the other thing is, we've had this Venus retrograde as well in Leo. So that started on July the 23rd, and it will move direct on September 4th. So at the beginning of the month, that moves to direct. Again, I've done a separate video on tarot card reading on that. I'll link that down below as well. So that has been in your second house in Leo. It's been really encouraging you to look at what you value in your life. So opening your heart up and moving in a heart-led direction towards the things you value. It could be money. It could have had to do with money. It could have had to do with resources, but it can be people that you value. It can be aspects of your life that you value. It can be anything really that you value. Is allowing your heart to choose those things and then following that. So we're doing this beautiful head and heart alignment this month and really doing that work on a deep level so you can completely transform yourself. You're coming into the reading as the Three of Cups in reverse. So that may be this heart space energy. So if you're feeling very hurt, the Three of Cups in reverse can have two meanings. One, it could be that you've overindulged. We tend to do that when the energy is intense like this. So if there's been a lot that's been coming up for you out of the unconscious, if there's been a lot that's been causing your heart to hurt, so that's kind of happened with the Venus retrograde. The Venus retrograde has been trying to open our hearts. It's been trying to show us where our hearts are blocked, where we have walls up, where we have defense mechanisms up. But the way that it's done that for a lot of people that are not really conscious, that haven't been applying themselves to this energy consciously, and even the people that are conscious, sometimes we need these extra lessons. So It's been showing us a lot of pain, a lot of feelings of rejection, of abandonment, of hurt. So this may have been coming up for you with the Three of Cups. It's telling you that you've escaped that kind of pain. You've kind of overindulged, either gone out and been too social so that you didn't have to be at home thinking about it, or overindulged in drugs or alcohol. The Three of Cups can be a problem there. Alternatively, you've really isolated yourself and kept your heart closed off. So you'll know which one of those it was for you. This is what's transforming. There's a need to actually be present with yourself, be present and aware and conscious this month. The people that are successful throughout September and onwards with these two retrogrades are the people that sustain conscious awareness for as long as possible. Every single day, practicing sustained conscious awareness is the way to move through this energy. The universe needs you to, like I've pretty much just said the same things. It's the same thing as what I've pretty much just said, sorry. There is this need to stay conscious and aware and nurture yourself through what's coming up for you through that heart space, through that Venus retrograde energy. See, what happens with Venus is in retrograde. So the Venus retrograde was conjunct Lilith for a lot of the time. It really brought up places where we were abandoned, betrayed, or rejected. Five of Coins, where there was a limitation put on our heart space through being mishandled or mistreated. So people rejected us, people abandoned us, people treated us badly, and so we put these defensive mechanisms up around our heart space. Okay, so that's what's coming up for you this month for healing. The universe is needing you to be very gentle and nurturing with that. The Empress. The Empress is the card that is ruled by Venus. Venus wants you to be in harmony, wants you to be in love, wants you to apply compassion to those areas. So if things like that have come up, either they happen throughout August or they've come up from past hurts, past experiences of it come to the surface, you need to be with that person that you were. Be with those aspects of yourself. Sit with them, nurture them, love them, show them compassion, show them gentleness, show them ease, okay? For the purpose of transforming them. We're transforming them out of that painful space, out of that Three of Cups in reverse space, so they can become integrated into our system. As Venus moves direct on the 4th and until she moves out of Leo in October, we have this time is the time of integration. We're integrating those lessons so that they don't come forward with us. So the lessons come forward with us and that pain doesn't. We're like literally releasing energy in our bodies, and transforming it, transmutating it into a higher vibration, a higher version, so that we have more energy at our disposal, more heart space at our disposal. The thing about the heart space is that's our creative center. So when our hearts are really closed off, when their hearts are really blocked, we have no ability to be creative. And that's not just creative as in like being artistic, but creative in our life, creative in creating our reality. We don't have that ability, we don't have access to that. So you have to do this work if you want to be creative in life. And the environment is showing you, so Five of Swords, there's conflict coming out. Okay, the environment is showing you this. So the environment is showing you where you are sabotaging yourself, where you are letting yourself down, where you've got this inner conflict that is blocking you from moving forward in life. So when you look around your environment this month, when you see the situations you're engaging with, when things come up, things come to your attention, recognize, especially when they're very painful situations, this is a sabotage, like you're sabotaging yourself. There's narratives there that you're telling yourself that aren't true, that need to be shifted, they need to be changed for the purpose, they need to be transformed for the purpose of moving forward with more clarity. We have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so this is about emotional confusion. Feeling emotionally confused, feeling emotionally unsure. There may be a lot of emotion coming out, a lot of different emotions coming out. It can feel overwhelming for you, Cancer, because it's trying to bring your attention to where your heart's closed off so that you can be more heart open. Okay, we have the World, the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Cups. So we're at the end of a chapter. You're at the World signifies the end of one chapter, the start of a new. You're in that in-between phase where you culminated a vision and you're moving into a new chapter. You're transforming. So there is this possibility, this opportunity to transform this conflict within, this conflict with other people, this heart-closed conflict, and to open your heart space, okay? We're moving into Libra season at the end of the month on the 23rd. That will activate your 4th house. There's a lot, that's your house that you rule, so that's a house where you're really strong in. There's a lot of emotion, there's a massive emotional component to all of this, okay? So there's this emotional fulfillment that's missing. Something on an emotional level is missing, 8 of Cups, okay? And that's why you're blocking your heart, because of something that's missing, something that maybe you had and you lost, or that has been you've been rejected from, something you wanted and you weren't allowed to have is missing. So there's this need to go on this journey to look for it with the 8 of Cups. Need to find that space, that last cup to fill yourself emotionally. Know that you will only ever find this within yourself. If you're looking for somebody else or a certain situation or somewhere or something in the external environment to be that cup, you will continually be on this search, this path of searching. You will never find it, because we can only fill our own cups. We can only be our own emotional fulfillment. So you must find this internally. There is the possibility that this cup is actually being offered to you all along. In fact, I think it has been all along, especially with that Venus retrograde, has been guiding you, has been encouraging you, has been showing you where that cup is, but you're not looking at it, you're not seeing it. So when you start to look for this cup, or if you're going on this emotional journey, 1, know that it's within you, and 2, know that it's being offered. It's just a matter of shifting your attention, shifting the narrative away from this sabotaging, away from this painful space, and transforming that into looking this way at this cup. It might be something so obvious that you just haven't noticed yet. We have the 7 of Cups again, and the 5 of Cups. Not surprising, the 5 of Cups has come out. There's that more disharmony, more conflict. It's coming from that grief. Like I said, with this 8 of Cups, it could be something that you've had in the past and you've lost, and you're grieving for it. You're wanting it back. You want this. There's a space inside you, a hole inside you that's missing. There may be multiple things, 7 of Cups, but it also feel like with that, it's like you don't even really know what it is. The 4 of Cups, this is why you're looking at these 4 cups and feeling despondent and not noticing this cup that's being offered, because you're not able to recognize it in the space that you're in at this time. There's a lot of emotional illusion, emotional conflict that's blocking you from being able to clearly see what it is you're looking for. If you are feeling a deep sense of grief that needs to be addressed, and by addressed, I mean you must sit with it and be with it, and you need to move through that space. You need to allow it and accept it. It cannot be rushed. It cannot be hurried, even if you feel like it should. Give it the breathing space that it needs this month. Give it that space. Let yourself feel it. Wrap some positive narratives around it in terms of like, it's okay for you to feel that way. If you avoid feeling that way, if you try and close your heart down to it, okay, it will just perpetuate it or make it last longer. So you need to accept it. You need to validate it. You need to sit with it. You need to let it move through your system, flow through your system, so that so that you fully feel it. You feel it in fullness, and then it doesn't need to continue with you. Once you've felt it in fullness, then you can start to find this missing component that will help you to refill your own cup. And we have the King of Swords. So there's that Mercury retrograde energy. There is this need to wrap some positive narratives around it. So looking at your mindset, looking at your belief system, looking at the stories you tell yourself and stories you tell other people. What do you repetitively tell people? Like, for example, if this is a love reading, if you're talking about a relationship that ended and you're feeling grief over it, do you constantly repeat phrases like, I'm not good enough, no one will ever love me, there isn't anybody out there for me, Like those kinds of narratives is what I'm talking about. You repeat them enough times, they become a belief, and then the universe responds to that, and you continually perpetuate having these situations where you do not attract people into your life. So that's why they stay eluded to you, they stay missing, and you can't find them. This filling your own cup here, like I said, you cannot get that emotional fulfillment from a relationship with another person. It must come from yourself. It must come from within first. And the way that you do that, the way you fulfill yourself emotionally is by applying different narratives, different storylines to the situations. Things like, I am enough. Lots of people love me. I have lots of healthy relationships with my friends, with my family. There are plenty of people out there who could be my partner. There's a lot of opportunities. I meet new people all the time. Like that kind of stuff. More positive narratives, particularly about yourself, will help you to fill your own cup. So this mindset is about looking at mindset, looking at the stories you tell yourself. Celebrating differences and pause. So with the Mercury retrograde, the most powerful way to deal with the Mercury retrograde, to get through a Mercury retrograde successfully, to successfully navigate it and reap the benefits from it, is to meditate, is to go internal, do that internal mindfulness work, mindfulness practice, King of Swords. So pausing, taking that time to be in with yourself, be with the pain, be with the emotions, but also clearing your mind, meditating and allowing your mind to uplift in that way as well. So this is a month where meditation is recommended for everybody, but also doubly so for you because of the placement of the Mercury retrograde and because of the emotional turmoil you're in. When we're in that kind of emotional turmoil, we can perpetuate it by allowing our minds to run like off the leash. So you tame your mind through this space of meditation, through this pause. Celebrating differences. This has been coming out for a few different signs this month. I think this is this Venus retrograde energy where we're opening our heart space and learning about unconditional love, learning about keeping our hearts open despite the situation, learning to keep our hearts open even in challenging situations. So celebrating differences is a really positive way to do that. It's a wonderful way to show somebody, or to still feel that love, even if they haven't met your expectations, even if they haven't met your needs. Like I said, they can't meet your needs. You have to meet them yourself. So if there was a relationship breakdown, for example, and that person left, recognizing that person didn't leave because there was something wrong with you. It's just that there was a difference. There was a misalignment between you and them, whatever that was for you, whatever that was for them. There was a difference, and it didn't work because of that difference. It had nothing to do with something being wrong with you or something being wrong with them. Okay? And if you can change your mindset, change your narrative to that kind of storyline, you can uplift yourself at this time, and you can relieve some of this heartache, relieve some of this pain that you've wrapped around your heart, and let your heart be more open, be more free. So this month it's time to surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So with the with the Virgo energy, with the Mercury retrograde energy, there is a tendency to really overthink. Virgos are renowned for being very overthinking and being very analytical, obsessing, kind of neurotic almost. That kind of energy. So when we're in that space, when we're activated by Virgo, we can have a tendency to engage in that kind of overthinking as well. So this is why that pause is important. This is why meditating is important. This is why getting your mindset is important, and taking a space, allowing yourself to have that space to play and be easy. It will also help your heart space. So Venus is in Leo, and Leo is the sign of play. Leo is the sign of children and childlike exuberance, childlike activities. It's that sign of feeling inspired through comedy and through easiness and through play. So this is a really positive way to handle these emotions, handle the situations that's coming up for you this month, is to be more playful, be more easy about it. Begin to see yourself as a spiritual being having an earthly experience of growth and transformation. There's that transformation word again. Transformation is happening. So this is it, even though it feels this way to you, Cancer, even though there's a lot of work to be done, it's for the purpose of transforming yourself, transforming into a new character, a new personality for the future, moving forward. We're all kind of doing that work. When Libra season starts and into October, things will become much easier. We can move forward. So it's just a very short period of time left of doing this hard work, this hard personal transformation that we're all doing, this inner transformation. Just noticing that you're doing this for the purpose of having this earthly experience, meaning that you're doing it to create a reality in the physical realm. So it may feel like it's all emotional, it's all mental, it's all within at this time. Okay, but what really is happening is that we're laying the foundation, we're setting a tone on the inside so that it will be reflected back out to us through the environment. We can manifest through that emotional, vibrational tone that we're creating. So even though you're not seeing it in the atmosphere, in the environment around you, and it will take a little while to build momentum, that's what we're doing for the future. For your future self will thank you. And we have always look for the good, even in the most difficult situations. So yeah, it can be really hard to see the good when you're in this 5 of Cups energy, when you're in this 8 of Cups energy. You know, the 4 of Cups is not recognizing the good, not seeing the good, focusing too much on those 3 cups, not seeing the 4th cup. So realize this month that you're not seeing things clearly, that there's things that you're missing. You can choose your mindset, King of Swords. You can choose to shift out of that energy whenever you're ready. You can shift your focus and find the good to focus on. And respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. This is a cycle. Transformation is a cycle. Change is a cycle. We're constantly changing. We're constantly in flux. And this is happening for you right now. You're shifting through a cycle. I've said with the world, you're ending one chapter, moving into the next chapter, this cyclical energy. So it's just telling you not to be too serious about it. Be more playful about it, because this isn't going to last forever. It can feel that way when you're in that 5 of Cups mode. It can feel like that this is it, this is forever. But it doesn't have to last forever. It's really up to you and what narratives you choose to tell yourself and tell the world and tell everybody else how long this will last. And this is just one of those cycles for your personal growth, personal transformation, for your evolution. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that, Cancer. That's your September reading. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I look forward to seeing you again next time, and have a really beautiful month. Take care.